With Demon football coach Jay Thomas, whose team rolled over Incarnate Word and now kicks off the second half of the Southland season at home Saturday against Sam Houston in a 3 o'clock game at Turpin Stadium. Coach Thomas, let's look back at last Saturday's win. A convincing victory in front of the homecoming crowd had to really be gratifying for you and the team.
Yeah, it was. Very proud of the team. The way we came out really hot defensively. Really held the field position for us early in the game, created the big play that we got early points, and it gave our offense a chance to fill out our opponent's defense. And we finally got that going midway through the first quarter. But it's just a tremendous effort by the entire team. It's hard to single out just one player's play. We had so many guys that got an opportunity to play in the game, and we had so many big plays. But it was very rewarding, and it was very good to be back home, and it was a very good homecoming win.
Your team rolled up 390 yards rushing, 581 total offensive yards, biggest inputs in more than a decade of Demon football, and had some changes offensively in terms of things you were doing that you hadn't done previously or hadn't done often enough. What made the difference?
Well, Coach Norton and the offensive staff did a really good job putting the game plan together, and we wanted to utilize our personnel a little bit differently, and came up with a good plan, and just to have the defense have to defend the entire field. We wanted to attack coverage with some deep passes, and then of course our underneath game's been really good, and we wanted also to attack the edges of the defense as far as the run game goes. But it eventually opened up the inside run for us, and it opened up the underneath passes for us too as well. So that's I think that's what you can see out of our offense from this point on. Being multiple, utilizing our speed out of the backfield, different formation, different sets, and felt like it really opened us up a little bit, and thought that Zach really managed everything very well from the quarterback standpoint. And then, of course, we had a lot of guys that really ran the ball well and had some big-time catches, too, along the way.
Defensively, the Purple Swarm has really come to play the last 2+ ball games. You've only allowed just over 400 yards a game. You're number one in the conference in total defense in conference play. What is going on with the Purple Swarm?
Well, I'll tell you what, really have taken a lot of pride in their work habits, and you see it, Tuesday through Thursday when we're practicing, and a lot of that credit goes to Coach Lucas and his staff too as well. And the guys getting used to the system of what we're trying to get done, and we've gotten to where we can be very multiple. A lot like our offense now, is using all our personnel. You have a number of linebackers that are rolling in and out of the game, and as a group playing very well. Thought our defensive line in the last 3 ball games has really improved. Particularly inside Dion and Damon Metcalf have done a tremendous job there, along with some of our young guys too. And then of course having Cornish Broadway back, that was a big plus for us. We needed to be able to play 4 down some, and because Incarnate runs the ball very well. So I thought we did a nice job of doing that, and a good job of tackling. And then, of course, our guys are just running to the football with a lot of effort. So, creating some big plays for us. So it's very exciting to watch, and it's entertainment, and these guys are just fun to be around every day.
Now you turn your attention to a Sam Houston team that some people might have written off. Coaching change, a lot of graduation losses from a team that's dominated the conference so far this decade. But clearly last Saturday they showed they're not going anywhere, smacking around a very good McNeese team over in Huntsville. So a big challenge for the Demons Saturday.
There's no doubt about it. Very good football team, and have a lot of respect for what they've done, and then of course beating McNeese, that was a big win for them. And a very talented team across the board. Very talented coaching staff. They know exactly what they're doing, and then of course you watch them on film. The players are executing the scheme very well. Both sides of the ball, kicking game. So it's another big test for us. It's going to be good to have it here at home. and you know, it ought to be exciting. Their quarterback's playing really well, Jared Johnson. He's a guy that can, you know, he can hurt you both ways, throwing the football and running. He had a couple long runs against McNeese. So we're going to have to do a good job of knowing where he is all the time and containing him. But it's not just him by himself. He has a really good offensive line in front of him, very well coached, talented receivers, 3 backs that roll in and out. And then, of course, defense starts with their defensive line. It's very talented, very mobile. Then on the back end, the linebackers are very solid and very athletic, so run to the football. And then special teams is, you know, as we went back last year, was a difference, you know, that ended up allowing them to break away from us last year. So we're going to have to be very good in our kicking game because they're very good at it too.
Your team's won 3 of its last 4 games. Could you be in a better posture going into this kind of game?
It's a perfect setting. And, you know, our destiny is certainly in our hands at this point. And, you know, it's a credit to our players, you know, getting us to this opportunity. You know, they're all big ball games. And, you know, we talked about it Sunday night. It's a 6-game schedule now. And we're going to try to break it up in 3s, you know. And so we got a tough stretch coming up, you know, with these 6 ball games. And it starts with Sam this weekend. Obviously, it's good to have it here. You know, anticipating a big crowd to come out and see this one, so it ought to be a lot of fun to watch as a fan. You know, so and it's fun. It's going to be fun as a staff and as a team preparing for these guys.
And I know you're a golfer, and you tend to drift into some golf analogies.
Yeah.
And you look at the second half of this season, and particularly these next 3 games, and it reminded you of one of golf's premier events.
Yes, the one they play over in Augusta, the Masters, and you look at if you look at our schedule, it's similar to Amen's Corner as you prepare for that. You know, I've always heard Tiger Woods talk about, you know, his preparation for Amen's Corner, and we have to take the same approach. And you know, you hear all those golfers talk about the shot, every shot that they hit, from the tee shot to the approach shot. They all got to be hit in the right spot, you know, and then the ball's got to be landed on the green and at the right spot. So, you know, and that's paying attention to detail. That's paying attention to the little things. And, you know, in order for those guys to have an opportunity to win that tournament, they got to be able to play Amen's Corner that way. And usually you see the champion of that tournament play it that way. So hopefully we can take the right shots as we approach our practice habits this week. And then, of course, we hit it on the green just right, you know, for Saturday, and we got to put it birdie.
All right, well, we'll hope you find the hole.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
With senior quarterback Zach Adkins, who had the Demons moving the ball up and down the field against Incarnate Word, and now we head into a big game Saturday afternoon at Turpin Stadium against Sam Houston State. Zach, the offense really kicked into gear Saturday night. What was the difference?
We just had a great game plan going in. Coaches had us well prepared, and we wanted to bounce back from last week, so it gave us some extra drive to do good this week.
Now, you first quarter moved the ball some, but boy, things kicked into gear in that second quarter. 4 touchdowns, started piling up the yards, and hard to do much better than you did in the second quarter. What was the transition like from first quarter to second quarter? And
we just got the feeling of the game and let it come to us. We were patient, and then things exploded from there. People started making plays, and the O-line did a great job allowing us to make those plays.
Things changed, Coach Thomas said, from previous weeks to this week in terms of what the offense was doing. Some different approaches, some different looks, some different personnel. Talk about what those were and what a difference they made.
It was a huge difference for us using Ronald and DT in the game at the same time, because they're both speed backs and can make a play anytime they can take it to the house. So we just want to get them in there and let them get the ball in their hands, and it really helped us, and it's opened up the defense more.
And then throwing the football, obviously, again, a high percentage. You're in the top 10 in the country in percentage completions, 4 touchdowns in a quarter. What was working well in the passing game and why?
We were just well prepared. We knew what they were going to do. The coverage-wise from film, me and Coach Manley studied it hard, and he got me well prepared. And the O-line just blocked up, gave me enough time, and the receivers went and made the plays for me.
You had some really spectacular catches. by a couple of guys in the end zone, Tuff McLean and Corey Simmons. Talk about that.
Yeah, it was just trying to get on the ball in a spot where they can get it or nobody else could get it, and they went and got it and came down in the end zone with it.
All right, looking ahead to Sam Houston, this is a team that has dominated the conference this decade, and a team that obviously comes off a very impressive win over McNeese. Talk about the challenges the Bearcats present.
It's going to be a big challenge. They're a great team. They've had a great history, great coaching and everything, so we're going to work harder, even harder this week to get prepared for this going into this game. It's going to be a big game for us.
Last year they handled the Demons convincingly over in Huntsville. Does that game help you prepare for this game in any way?
Oh yeah, it helps us. It gives us. We can go look back and look at that and give us some more drive, a little more to us to go out to this week. Know how they did to us, what they did to us last year. So we got to come out here this week and prepare all week as hard as we can, and hopefully it shows out on game day.
Now, Coach Thomas likes to use golf analogies. He talked about the Masters and how the next 3 games are the Amen Corner. You watch golf?
Oh, not at all. I don't know. I had no idea what he was talking about when he was talking about that.
Have you heard of Tiger Woods?
Yeah, I heard Tiger. Well, yeah.
Okay, have you heard of Amen Corner?
Nope, never heard of it.
Okay, what about the Masters?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, New York Yankees?
Yep.
Pretty good on the New York Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about Derek Jeter.
Oh, he's a great player, one of the best ever. It sucks he couldn't get in the playoffs for his last season.
So if Coach Thomas wants to really get through to you, he needs to talk pinstripes?
Yeah, that can work.
All right, well, we'll hope we'll talk in pinstripes next week after a Yankee-style October World Series victory on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Zach.
All right.
We're with senior cornerback Iman Claiborne. The Demons smacked around Incarnate Word for homecoming and now face a big challenge Saturday afternoon in Turpin Stadium against Sam Houston. Iman, talk about what made the difference for the team this past week against Incarnate Word.
We just played physical football. We ran the ball well, and on defense, we stopped that run game, we stopped that pass game, and we did a lot of good things on special teams. We forced turnovers, and we didn't turn over the ball, so that was a big part of our success this week.
Defensively, the Purple Swarm has really brought it the last 2.5 games, have really dominated opponents at times, not giving up a lot of yardage. You're #1 in the conference in total defense in conference play. What are you guys doing right defensively?
We're just doing our job. I mean, it's nothing special. We're just out there and doing what we're coached to do, and everybody's where they need to be when we need them there.
All right. You individually had a fantastic game Saturday. Made a sack and forced a fumble that created the first touchdown for the Demons. You had an interception. You recovered a fumble that set up a touchdown. Talk about your play.
I just am where I needed to be. I was at a new role this game. I played the nickelback position, our safety position in one of our new defenses we put in. And coaches, they expect that from me. And I'm a senior leader on the team, and I just try to do whatever I can to bring a victory.
As a senior who's been here for 4 years, you understand how good Sam Houston State has been. They've been the dominant team in the conference this decade. A lot of folks might have thought with a coaching change and graduation of some of their standout players, there might have been a little backtracking this year at Sam Houston, but clearly they served notice Saturday by beating McNeese in convincing fashion that Sam Houston's right at the top of the conference again. So talk about the Bearcats. I know you haven't had a lot of time to look at their film yet, but talk about the challenge that the Demons faced Saturday.
They always have a lot of great athletes, but we just want to play Demon football when we play against them and play disciplined football. They do a lot of things on offense as far as running the triple option. They have a great quarterback over there. He's done a lot of great things for them, but like I said, we just want to play our style of football, and we know we can get the W if we do that.
Okay, talk about the big game mentality of coming in here with an opportunity to really shake things up in the conference race and put you guys in a strong position with a win on Saturday.
We know versus Southeastern, we let one get away from us, but here at home, we don't want that to happen. We want to come out here and play physical football and give our fans something that we've been longing for a long time, and that's a shot at the Southland Conference Championship.
Okay, as Coach Thomas is approaching this game, he likes to speak in golf terms, and I know he talked about the Masters and about the second half of the schedule being like the back nine at the Masters, and the next 3 games being like Amen Corner, the 3-hole turn there. How much do you follow golf?
I mean, I don't follow golf that much, but I kind of understand the terms he's throwing out there as far as like our next 4 games are basically, you win these next 4 games, you're in the run for the Southland Conference Championship. And we feel like if we do what we need to do to win these next 4 games, which are going to be tough. There's some great teams we're playing against that we can be successful in.
Zach Adkins really doesn't follow golf. I'm not so sure he knows there's a golf channel. Do you?
I know there's a golf channel, but I don't follow it that much.
Okay, well, we'll hope that still you can make a birdie on Saturday and walk away with a smile and maybe the green jacket, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mon.